We are adding and subtracting fractions, and the denominators are going to be different. So the big thing to remember today is that I really like using the analogy of a pizza. I'm going to have, let's go a little bit darker with that. I'm going to have two pizzas. Let's say this one has 4 slices, and this one has, and of course it's not, my slices don't look that good. Anyways, one pizza has 6 slices, and the other pizza has 4 slices, but I want to be able to share my pizza among all my friends. This is not going to work to share pizza because the slices are huge right here. Only has 4 slices, and then this one has 6, so it's not going to be fair. The slices will be different sizes, and I won't be able to split it equally. I have to make my pizza slices the same, which means I'm going to need, since this blue pizza has 6 slices, I'm going to need to make the red pizza also have 6 slices, okay? Because that just makes it easier for me to share. Your job today is to make your pizzas the same amount of slices, which means your denominators the same amount, the same number, okay? So adding fractions with uncommon denominators. Here's our steps. Find a common denominator. Find a common denominator. It cannot be a small number. Your common denominator cannot be like 2. You need to think of numbers that are like, when you multiply the 2 of the denominators together, something bigger, okay? So that's step number 1. Step number 2, make two new fractions. Make 2 new fractions with your common denominator. So if my common denominator is like 12, then I need to make 2 new make 2 new fractions with your common denominator. But if I'm going to just create new fractions with my new denominator of 12, then I'm going to have to change the numerators too. Multiply to get new numerators. Multiply to get new numerators. Step 4, one more to go. Add new fractions. Because my new fractions will have pizza that has 12 slices in each. And then I'll be able to divvy up and give out pizza to all my friends, and everybody's slices will look exactly the same. Subtracting fractions with uncommon denominators. It's going to be the same steps, guys. Step 1, find the common denominator. You could literally like copy what you just wrote above and then put in the word subtract instead of add. Find the common denominator. Make 2 new fractions. Step 2. Make 2 new fractions with the common denominator. Step 3, multiply to get new numerators, and step 4, subtract your new fractions. We're not adding, we're subtracting. Okay, problem number 1 to practice. 3 minus 1/3. Okay, well, it's a whole number 3, and I need to make the whole number 3 into a fraction. How do I make the whole number 3 into a fraction? Put it over 1. Okay, now my question is, I'm looking at the denominators, I got a 1 and a 3. What's the common denominator of 1 and 3? What do 1 and 3 both go into? 3. So I'm going to make 2 new fractions with 3's. Okay. Here's my steps. The first fraction is 3 over 1. What did I do to this 1 right here to make it into this 3? What did I multiply this 1 by to make it into a 3? Times 3. Whatever I do to the bottom, I have to do to the top. So the numerator is 3 times 3. Makes 9. Does it make sense to you that 9/3 is the same as 3? 9/3 is the same as 3? Yes? Okay, so I know I'm on the right track. Now, I've got 1/3. What did I do to this 3 to get this 3? Multiply by 1. Which, guys, basically you leave it, if it's already a 3, you leave the fraction the same. You can't change it. So it's just 1/3. Now I have 9/3 take away 1/3. So what is it? 8/3. Awesome. Number 2. I'm going to do a couple of different ways, like this top, number 1, I did like the horizontal method of fractions. Number 2, I'm going to do vertical. 5/7 minus -3/2, but I'll write it. Hey, what's a minus a negative? What happens to minus negative? So change it now. So I'm going to do now, let's write it easier. Let me draw a line. 5/7 plus 3/2. You guys remember doing fractions this way? Vertical, up and down? Okay. What's the common denominator of 7 and 2? 14. So multiply the numbers together. 7 times 2. So here's my 2 new fractions with 14. So make them like that. And now I need to change them. I need to change 3/2 into something 14ths. What did I do to this 2 to get a 14? Multiply by 7. Bottom and top. 2 times 7 is 14. So 3 times 7 is? I obviously got it right, small. What did I do to this 7? Oops. What did I do to this 7 to get 14? Oh, wow. I don't know what I'm trying to do. Eraser. Okay. Multiply it by 2. Sorry about that red line. What's 5 times 2? 10. Okay, now I have 2 new fractions. 10/14 plus 21/14 makes how many 14ths? 10 plus 21. 31 14ths. If you can reduce it, you do, but this one you can't. 1 1/4 minus 1/6. Okay. The best thing to do, because it's this 1 1/4, is to make the 1 1/4 into an improper fraction. Remember how it's 1 times 4 plus 1?
Yep.
What is 1 times 4 plus 1? 1 times 4 plus 1. 5 fourths minus 1/6. Now I do my common denominator of 4 and 6. Don't pick 24. 24 is too big. There's a number that's better that 4 and 6 go into. 12. Okay, my new denominators of 12. What did I do to this 6 to get this 12? 6 times what is 12?
2.
Times 2 on the bottom, times 2 on top. 1 times 2 is? 2. My new fraction is 2/12. What did I do to 4 to get 12? 4 times what makes a 12? 3. I multiply the whole fraction by 3. 4 times 3, and then the numerator. 5 times 3. 15. So here's the new math that I care about. 15/12 take away 2/12. That's what I'm focusing on right now. And 15 take away 2 is 13/12. Number 4. 3 1/2 plus 4 7/8. Change them to improper fractions. It's easier on you. Okay. 3 times 2 plus 1. 3 times 2 plus 1. 7 halves. 4 times 8, 32. Plus 7, 32 plus 7, 39. 8. So this is one of those math problems where the common denominator is one of the denominators. Don't pick 16 as your common denominator. Pick 8. Because 8 goes into 8 and 2 goes into 8. Okay. What did I do to this 2 to make this 8? How did this halves, 7 halves, become an eighths? What did I multiply it by? Times 4. 2 times 4 is 7 times 4. Okay, so 7 times 4 makes 28. What did I do to this? Oh, it's the same. They're both eighths. So just write 39. I'm not going to change it. I'll keep it in blue. It's the same fraction. This is going to be a big number. 28 plus 39. 28 plus 39 on the side of your paper. Jasmine. 67 over 8. And leave it as an improper fraction. Leave it like that. Improper fraction answers are good. Okay. Number 5. I'm throwing in negatives now. Negative 1/3 plus 1/4. Negative 1/3 plus 1/4. What's the common denominator of 3 and 4? 12. So make your negative something 12th plus something 12th. And now I need to write my new numerators. What did I do to this 3 to get this 12 right here? Times 4 times 4. Negative 1 times 4. Negative 1 times a positive 4. Negative 4. What did I do to this 4 to get this 12? Times 3 and then times 3. 1 times 3 is 3. Negative 4 plus 3. Negative 4 plus 3. What's a negative 4 plus positive 3? Negative 1. And that's your answer. So working with negatives doesn't make it any harder. You just have to, when you get your common denominators, then you have to pay attention. Okay, now I want to go on to the next slide. Oops. Record, I guess, again. Woo! Please turn the page and get to 1, 2, 3, 4 right here. I want to set them up for you, the first 4, just to make your life easy. Common denominator of 8 and 4 is what? 8. Again, common denominator of 8 and 4, and I'm subtracting. Still 8. That's number 2. Man. Number 3, 12 and 18, I'll help you out. It's 36. Because 18 times 2 is 36. And number 4, so yeah, you have to actually multiply 7 times 5. Okay? All right. Get started. This will be your classwork. Great job. Okay.